There, though, everything is completely drank. That's the attitude I used to take, too.
Roy Moose learned to drink in a northern Saskatchewan village much like this one.
Where do you guys shoot at?
Pinehouse is an isolated community of about 500 natives who, apart from a handful of fishing jobs and a bit of trapping, depend on government money one way or another. The day we came to Pinehouse turned out to be a particularly good one for showing the problems of which this community certainly has its share. There seems at root to be a kind of despair here, which leads people to the bottle, and from there everything seems to fall apart. What happened here, Joan?
Well, the kids apparently broke into the trailer while we
Joan Dunn is a schoolteacher in Pinehouse and has made it her home. The night before, her trailer had been ransacked.
Just everything was just wrecked.
Awful mess. What did they take?
They took a lot of clothes. They stripped my bed and took blankets and towels. They took our pillows. We didn't even have pillows last night. We came to get them, and they were just gone.
Why would they take blankets? Why would kids or anybody be stealing clothes and blankets and pillows and food?
Well, I feel that their parents don't provide it for them, or they're not sleeping at home. Their parents have kicked them out for one reason or another.
Why would they be kicking them out?
Because if they're mad at them while they're drinking, or, just something, okay, get out, don't come back type of thing. And they need blankets. It's getting cold at nights now. It's chilly in the evenings.
So the kids are really fending for themselves. They're living wild.
This is their way of surviving.
Stealing
They need blankets and things. They need food. This is what they need.
And the parents are on a bender, are they?
Well, the parents of these particular kids that are breaking into are never off the booze. Pretty well, they just drink from morning to night, and their biggest worry is, where do I get my next glass of wine or next bottle of Chippegeese or, local brew.
If these children don't have clothes, if the parents aren't buying them clothes, surely welfare will buy them clothes, won't it?
Well, welfare provides the kids with clothes, but the mother will take those clothes and, instead of washing them, take them and trade them in for a bottle of booze.
Neighborhood children soon found the booty hidden in the bush and brought it back. Later that morning, Constable Phil Lapierre flew in from La Ronge, 50 miles away, and rounded up the criminals. He'd been through it all before. What do you got there?
Oh, some stuff I recovered.
That's from that's some of the loot, is it?
Yeah, from the loot. The detect, and it's cool.
Yeah. How do you find the kids who do these break-ins?
Well, I start asking some of the kids, and they just admit to it. And they'll take you to the kids which are responsible.
Why do they do it? I mean, it seems so senseless.
Well, one of the reasons they do it is because they're hungry, and they got nothing else to do. They got no way to occupy their time, so they should go and break into places at night.
Why are they hungry? Aren't the parents looking after them?
Well, the parents are mostly drunk most of the time, and they don't really care about the kids.
Is it just a few families?
It's about, I would say about 75% of the community right here.
75%?
I would imagine.
The parents are drunk and not looking after the kids.
Yes.
Are these two of the kids who were involved last night?
Some of the kids.
You're involved? Were you into the teacher's place?
No. Yeah.
You were? Why did you do that?
I don't know. Because we were hungry.
You were hungry?
Yeah.
Did you get something to eat in there?
Yeah.
Won't your parents feed you? Why not?
I don't know.
What are they doing?
They drink a lot. Too much.
Albert's father is Napoleon Case, a man who once sold the window panes out of his house for money to buy wine. For food after you buy wine. With his wife away, Knapp is looking after the family. How many kids you got living here with you?
The first down to 14. 14, but 4 is dead.
You had 14 kids.
Yeah, 14.
And so you got 10 left.
Well, he's still alive.
10 still alive.
10 is still alive, yeah. But some is, well, he's getting married,
Yeah. How many living here with you?
2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Can you look after them?
Oh, sure.
Well, what about Albert? He says he lives here.
Well, Albert, where's his sister? He's looking Albert, his brother,
What do you feed them?
Maybe around here. Maybe he sleep here.
What do you feed them though? What do they have to eat?
Well, you won't ask him, my daughter. You won't ask him.
But don't you feed them yourself?
No. No, that one. No.
Do they get fed when you're drinking?
Well, two of them. This is one little gal.
Do you feed them?
Yeah, that's right.
What do you make them? What do you cook?
Well, the flour, just cook some bannock.
Bannock.
Yeah.
And you cook them bannock when you're drinking, though?
No. We cook some bannock first before you go and start your drink.
Before you start drinking?
Yeah, that's right.
I see.
We eat my family first before we go away.
You don't have any beds here. Where do you sleep?
Huh?
Where do you sleep?
Oh, right there, in the floor.
The liquor store here in La Ronge, 60 miles away, is where most of the Pinehouse supply is purchased. And this is the local favorite, 67 Canadian sherry. It costs $5.90 for a half-gallon here, but by the time the bootleggers resell it in Pinehouse, the price is up to $12 to $15 for the same bottle. Now that's a lot of money for this kind of sherry, and although there are hardly any jobs in Pinehouse, a lot of people still seem to find enough money to stay pickled most of the year. In fact, the Department of Welfare estimates that the average adult in Pinehouse spends $1,500 a year for this. But where do you get the money to buy it? Do you get it from welfare?
No, the hell it's a welfare. I never used to go on welfare. I never will too.
Although there are hardly any jobs in Pinehouse, a lot of people still seem to find enough money to stay pickled most of the year. In fact, the Department of Welfare estimates that the average adult in Pinehouse spends $1,500 a year for this. But where do you get the money to buy it? Do you get it from welfare?
No, the hell it's a welfare. I never used to go on welfare. I never will too.
You got to get the money from somewhere.
I got the money from working.
What were you doing?
And fishing and all that jazz.
You're working now?
I'm not right now. You seen me drinking right now. I'm not working.
Provincial agencies estimate this destitute community spends $250,000 a year for booze and the flights to bring it in. The bootleggers do very well in Pinehouse, but ultimately it's the kids who pay. Here there are literally packs of wild children hiding out in the bush and stealing to survive because no one's sober at home. They deliberately cause trouble so the authorities will take them out to foster homes. And indeed, once 30 children from Pinehouse were in provincial custody. This problem of child neglect is nothing new in Pinehouse. Last winter, they found half a dozen kids who were breaking into this little power plant behind me every night just to find a warm place to sleep. And a few winters before that, parents were convicted of child neglect after a little tyke was found camping out the better part of a winter underneath a building. He'd been stealing clothes and stealing food, and when they found him, he wasn't even wearing boots. He had on just what he'd been wearing when he left home, a pair of ice skates.